just by a little bit, which wasn't a big deal when we caught it, but it could have turned into a catastrophic failure. All right, so it's morning, and I am, it's our second day, and my morning routine is I get up, I let the dogs out, and then I've got to get my eyeballs in. So these are contacts, but they're hard contacts, so they're a little bit different. If you don't know what they are, you got to Google them. They're for people who have really bad eyesight like me. Regular contacts won't correct it, so these hard contacts have to use those. But they are quite a bit different than your standard contact. So I'll show you kind of what we have to do. So they've been rinsing all night. Take them out, take a look at them, see how clean they are. And then this little eye solution here, we just load it up and rinse it off. Use our fingers to rub, get any little debris off. Now you wash your hands before, otherwise the oil from your fingers will smudge them, and then man, it's a nightmare to clean. So let's give it a little rinse again. Check it in the light. Okay, so once it's cleaned off, you're gonna just attach it to this little plunger here. And you're gonna add solution. Okay, now you're gonna hold your eye open and stick this plunger in it. Just like that, and you're done. Then you just repeat the process with the other eye. And that's it. You're done.
All right, guys, so we're doing our update for today, a little late. It's 6:30 here, but we're not gonna make it to our stop until about 8:45, probably 9 o'clock. So we wanted to give you an update now. We have driven from Oregon to Idaho to Utah, and now we're getting into Wyoming so that we can drop down into Colorado tomorrow, so that we can be in Colorado Springs for Aaron's first book signing on this leg of our trip. And it's going to be at Caro's Coffee House at 505 Pope's Bluff Trail in Colorado Springs. So that's Caro, K-A-I-R-O-S Coffee House. So we're going to be there from 8 o'clock till noon on the 4th, which is a Saturday. So if you're around, come on out, see us, get a signed copy of the book. Aaron's on his second shift of driving.
It's just a lot of open country out here. We're finally getting into some mountains, so show them the mountains finally. Like, it's just been open country and just boring driving. And now it's getting a little bit more intense, where you got to pay closer attention to what you're doing. Lots of road construction, narrow pathways. So kind of like how I grew up in the mountains of Northern California. So I'm used to this driving. It keeps you a lot more mentally alert, that's for sure. So yeah, everything's going well. The trailer's towing fine. The road dogs in the back are doing great, you know.
Gosh,
no problems with them. They've been doing fantastic.
You've got Harley in the bucket. Can't see her, she's snuggled up. But then you've got Sue, who's decided that the seat next to her has to be his. He's got the whole van but he has to have that seat. And let me see if I can show you guys. That's his position. So he's on the seat and he's got his head hanging off the table so that he can, I don't know, see out the window or something. But so yeah, that's where he's decided to be. We did have one slight incident where we must have hit a bump too hard and Aaron's front tire of his bike came off the rack. And so this is pro tip of the day. Always, always, always check your gear, check your rig, walk around it every single time that you stop, tug on stuff, ratchet stuff back down. We caught it at the gas station. It couldn't have been like that for very long. But always, always check your gear, you guys.
Yeah, every time we stop, whether it's to let the dogs go to the bathroom or get gas or food, whatever it is, we walk around the entire vehicle. We look at all the tires, we look at all the straps, we look at all the gear, and we just make sure that everything is in its right place. And at first glance, the bike looked just fine. It wasn't until I went to go tug on the strap that I noticed that, hey, wait a minute, this strap is not attached properly. And upon further investigation, I saw that the wheel was out of the rack just by a little bit, which wasn't a big deal when we caught it, but it could have turned into a catastrophic failure, you know. And so it's always good to check your gear every time you stop. And so that's what we do. We stop every couple hours for the dogs, and so we're always constantly checking our gear.
All right, you guys, so that's your update for today. We're going to be rolling into our campsite here in the next couple of hours. Hopefully get some sleep, and then we'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning for another 8-hour drive.
Oh yeah, and so hopefully we'll get a little bit of video for you guys from back home to show you guys. Some concrete's going to get poured tomorrow, and so hopefully we'll have some photos of what's going on back home with the concrete and some of the tile and some of the other stuff that's happening in at our house.
Thanks, guys.